I've been excited to read this post. Oh, my friend's husband had asked that she close her restaurant because he had walked in at various times and found different men staring at her bar. Now, let's be real. You may think his reason is stupid, but I know her personally. She has an extremely attractive hip that even me, who is a woman, would always touch her hip when I see her. And if she tucks in her shirt and walks past a fellow woman, you will stop and stare. Her hips are really, really very obvious and loud, and all our friends always talk about her hot hips that disturbs everywhere she steps into. So I honestly could relate with her husband and the men who were staring at her. Her husband asked that she starts any other business that reduces exposure to men. He promised to fund any other business. He clearly expressed that he was very uncomfortable with the way men looked at her. She had two worries. Cooking is her passion, and her mom still runs a massive restaurant in the East, and food business is her life too. She had no clues about any other business and had so much fears about trying another. She came to me. Her husband is a good man who cares and loves for her. He simply wants to be more comfortable, and there is no harm in asking your spouse to help you get more comfortable. I advise we try negotiating with her husband and see if it will work. In negotiation, you simply understand that the other party wants and see how you can blend. You simply understand what the other party wants and see how you can blend it with what you want to. Her husband simply doesn't want men staring at his wife. He has no problem with her restaurant. It therefore means that if she can reduce her exposure to men, it's fine. Okay, so we listed our negotiation strategies. She will not have to sit or serve or stay too long in the customer eating area. No fitted clothes, just boo-boo and free dresses. Almost see advert for boo-boo makers. Start to build an active online presence for her restaurant so she gradually earns more online. She will hire a well-paid and motivated manager who can do the things she used to do so she can sit back and plan her online business with less exposure to the customers. She went to him, presented our negotiation points. He loved them. He even paid for someone to do a beautiful website for her. See, everything is not fight though. There is negotiation in marriage. Just understand what the other party wants and find the middle ground. May married people be blessed in mind that is truly open to negotiating and finding middle points. I love you. Down to the comments, and there's a whole lot. This is such a wonderful read. I'm not surprised some people didn't agree to this. Every malam to his kettle. All I know is that 99% of women who apply this to any insecurity her man has will have a loyal ally as her husband for life. And the beauty of this is she gets to even ask for more support from him anytime. Win-win for her, I dare say. I have a formula I run with my fiance. When I say don't, won't, or can't, she immediately tells me we have to run my reason through the panel. The panel is our fun way of having serious gist. We start with all reasons why I think I'm right, and she gives her own reason why she thinks I'm overreacting. Then we leave me to have the final say, bearing in mind that her happiness in the long term is my priority, like I always assure her. And then done. If I'm being unreasonable and still adamant with no reasonable reason, then she obtains me. In my girl's case, she will not only ask for a website, she might even demand a new phone to be motivated. I know her so. You don't know what I usually make this, and you know what? I usually make this additional expenses with joy because of her beautiful way of letting me know she trusts my judgment. And though not agreeable to hers, she's okay with it. Please keep teaching them, man. I'm glad you are woke, educated, exposed, rich, smart, successful, and beautiful and savvy enough for any woman to learn from. Cheers, ma'am. We've got one from the woman. She will soon negotiate for it. Una never understand that the fears of an insecure man can never be allayed by negotiations. He will keep pilfering her happiness till she becomes a stranger to herself. Well, the universe brings your way the type of shit you can chop. This can't be me. How can I be so blessed with hips and I stop a business I love because men will look at me? Even the Bible frowned against hiding the candle under the bushel. In Nokwam, hide my figure 8, that is my selling point, under buba. This man wouldn't have married her if she was tying buba the day they met. Mbano. Why? God gave me fine shape way I no go use. Why I no go use bless other people's eyes? The man does not love her. Love is not control. I think I agree with that. You quote, I am fearfully a wonderful maid, up and down. That's another post, by the way. And then all of a sudden, a man makes you shamefully made. Now, you have been negotiated into wearing unfearfully made and not so wonderfully made boo-boo. So you can look increasingly horrid. Oh, Diego, really? Your God must be clapping. Angry and bitter feminists would have asked the man to go and deal with his insecurity. God bless you, Auntie Chi, for being a good home builder. Just one terrible advice would have scattered her home and ruined your friendship with her. True. Negotiation skills apply in everything. Everything in life is figure-outable. Some of us are not realistic at all. Negotiations are needed in marriage partnerships, but not every time argument and fight, which is commendable onto what Choma did. Let us paint the scenario. If he was a gyno and always in a woman's privates every time, as an insecure partner, would I ask him to adjust, to switch online consultation instead, so as to help me overcome my fears? Now, there is a compromise of her switching clothes to Google. What about church and marketplace, even children's school, if there is any? Would that issues not arise later? She thinks she has won, but mark it, there is more war ahead. Even an insecure partner can be pleased because there will always be something that triggers them. Just help them deal with it. Simple. I am very hippie. But how many men you go stop from looking at you? None. Carry yourself with dignity and know what you stand for. And my partner has that trust. Even if he has insecurities. I have the understanding too. Very soon all her clothes will be switched to sackcloth, or he would even make her start working from home without being in touch with the outside world. Just markets. I agree that marriage requires negotiation skills and everything is not fight. My only challenge with this example is that your friend will keep negotiating unless she goes and does surgery to reduce those hips to the point that men will stop ogling her. Changing her business model should be about growing and not because she wants to pander to a man's insecurity. Haba. Seriously, the man needs to trust his wife and deal with his insecurity instead of changing his wife into what one day she may come to resent. But what do I even know herself? As always, each to his own. Bye-bye, yo.